My girlfriend is talking to another guy who likes her. My girlfriend of nearly 6 years is constantly talking to another guy who seemingly has an interest in her and continually flirts with her. I know that he likes her because my girlfriend told me a few months ago that a girlfriend at work of hers found out this particular guy is obsessed with her, my girlfriend. She works with him from time to time and he always texts her and they hang out in group settings as well. She has showed me messages in the past of him being flirtatious, calling her pretty and complimenting her in any way that he can. It almost happens at least a few times each conversation they have, which was previously every few days, but lately he has been talking to her all the time, just about every day, as my girlfriend said they are close friends now. My girlfriend has assured me she does not have feelings for him at all. He is 14 years older than her. We are both in our mid-20s and have lived together now for 4 years. My girlfriend has been sick for the past week and she has been telling him about it as he is a doctor, and it's as if he had been using this to get closer to her and continue to talk to her more, because my girlfriend has been asking him his opinions of various medications as she has been feeling unwell. He even asked if he could accompany her to the doctors, to which she responded, "No, it's okay, I have a boyfriend, but thanks, you are too kind." And he said something along the lines of, "I know, just in case you needed a backup option." And the problem is that the reason my girlfriend actually said that to him was because we were in the middle of an argument about it, because I got annoyed at her for constantly talking to this guy and not setting any boundaries, as he continually does this kind of stuff. He may have been trying to be nice, but still, if I was in his shoes, I would not be offering to accompany someone who has a partner to the doctors when obviously I would know her partner is capable of doing that himself, which he knows because he knows quite well we live together. He even drove her home a few weeks ago after they had a group function. My problem isn't really about my girlfriend talking to other guys. I have no issues with her having guy friends, even though she seems to think it is that, and that I'm just trying to control her. My problem is the guy and the fact he keeps crossing boundaries and isn't being stopped or anything. Because my girlfriend says she is just being nice and doesn't want to lose the friendship or have an awkward conversation with him that might make him not want to be her friend anymore. My girlfriend has struggled to make friends over the years, so she hangs on to any friendship she has tightly and will try to do anything she can to keep the friendship. She said today that she doesn't say anything to him when he is being creepy because she is just trying to be nice to him. I trust her and haven't had any reason in nearly 6 years not to trust her. She has never done anything to make me not trust her over the years, but my issue is with her allowing this to continue the way it is without letting him know that he is crossing boundaries with certain messages. He might be trying to be nice, but she knows that I am not comfortable with it at all, and I also don't like the idea of her talking to some guy as much as she is, which is almost every day now. I've told her many times that I would be happy to cut off girlfriends for her if the same thing happened, and before her, I had a lot of girlfriends and stopped talking to them over the years, some of which did have feelings for me at one stage or another. I know that a lot of this issue comes down to my own trust issues and insecurities as well, but I'm really unsure of what to do because it makes me really angry and upset every time I see her messaging him or there's a strange message that pops up if we are watching a movie or something. I feel like the only thing for me to do is to basically deal with it, as she has pretty much threatened to walk out if I don't stop asking her to set some boundaries and at least try to limit how much they talk somewhat, as I feel uncomfortable with her talking to this guy constantly who likes her. I guess I just don't understand why she is willing to almost break up with me for one guy who has walked into her life and is now her friend after we have been together for nearly 6 years now. Like, if this was me and it was a girl, I wouldn't care at all. I'd happily tell the girl to stop being creepy or I won't be friends with her anymore. Something similar actually did happen like that a long time ago, where a girl kept sending me flirtatious messages and my girlfriend didn't like it, so I said something to the girl and she stopped. My girlfriend just hates being controlled or told to do anything, even though I don't want to control her. I feel like I have been somewhat reasonable, just asking for some kind of compromise to try and help the situation, and how I am feeling about it. I don't want her to lose him as a friend. She needs friends and I'm happy she has a friend. I love her a lot and would honestly do anything for her. I have been trying to save to propose to her within the next year as well, but just don't want this whole thing to be in the way when I do that. I have spoken to Men's Line to try and get some help, as well as I have a really bad history with anxiety and depression, and this issue has begun to bring up some of those feelings, and I've been feeling incredibly low as a result of this as of late, and they did say something along the lines of that I need to accept it, if she cannot make any compromises if I want to be with her, and that they do not know if her not compromising is normal or not. Just hoping someone can help or provide some kind of advice if they have ever had a similar situation. I do feel extremely down at the moment and lost about what to do and have been feeling extremely helpless, so I'd appreciate it if you can try not to attack me if you feel I am in the wrong. Thank you. She shouldn't be speaking to men who are flirting with her. That's not a friendship. If this man can't treat her like he would any other mate and keeps flirting with her and she's not asking him to stop, then she is encouraging it. I'd put a stop to this. I'm literally about to go to sleep and he's sent her like 5 messages asking how her day was and how she is feeling as she's been sick. It's so frustrating seeing this, as she doesn't see that as an issue and just sees it as him always being nice. She's being massively disrespectful of you, your relationship, and the feelings you have been clear about. Framing it as controlling is manipulative. She knows this friendship is inappropriate, but it benefits her, so she doesn't care how you feel about it. I'm sorry you're going through this. You deserve better. Hold off on that marriage proposal. There's not enough stability for that right now. She's entertaining for attention. If she was naive, I would let it slide until dude makes a move, but this is not the case. You can't win this, so make a choice. Yeah. Knowing this guy is obsessed with her, she continues to encourage conversation with him. Huge red flag, and rather than imposing boundaries, she threatens to leave? Red flag. Brother, this same thing happened with my ex-girlfriend of 5 years and her coworker. The guy admitted he had feelings for her and she continued to disrespect me and kept texting him. Eventually they started hanging out more, and finally she ended things with me and started dating him 1 week later. Tread carefully, bro. It's absolutely not okay for her to continue doing these things when they make you uncomfortable. The guy isn't the problem, honey. Your girlfriend is clearly encouraging this and enjoys his attention. Yes, he could be more respectful of the fact she has a relationship, but in the real world, he has no ties to you, no loyalty, and is going to try. Once established he has feelings for her, your girlfriend should have cut this off and kept a steady distance. Not responding to messages and telling him she'd rather keep communication to work and at home she's with her boyfriend, so she's not going to be attentive to other men. But no, she'd rather leave than impose boundaries? You gotta ask why that is, because if she was all in, then she wouldn't be entertaining men who like her. Your girlfriend encourages a guy that is into her to go on with courting her. She likes that attention and doesn't want to give that up. Even when you told her that you don't like it, she made her decision to keep on encouraging him. She has made her decision and there is nothing that you can do about that. You told her how that makes you feel and she reacts by telling you that you are controlling. It is up to you now to make a decision. She won't change, so you should expect that they will stay in contact and that they will keep on talking. How do you think would your girlfriend react if the roles were reversed? In the end, you need to decide if you want to keep on living like that or not. She made it clear that she won't change anything. You dump women like this. Let him have her. Find someone who respects you and your relationship. Weak people don't usually get good partners. They get walked on like a doormat. She knows this behavior is unacceptable and is therefore announcing the end of the relationship. I just say, thank you for the good times. Sad to see you had to break up with me. Then just leave and be done with it. You already know what you have to do. Please respect yourself and leave. Sounds like hypergamy. Tread carefully, being accused of controlling, when we both know full well if another female was similarly getting overly friendly with you, your girlfriend would flip her shit out. Sounds like an EA to me. This isn't about you trying to control her, it's about her refusing to protect the relationship. It sounds like this is moving towards an emotional affair, if it hasn't crossed into that territory already. Constantly talking to him and threatening to leave you because you want her to set boundaries. It seems like she's only thinking of herself and what she has a right to do instead of what's best for the relationship. She's showing you where her priorities are, and they're not with you. If she continues to dismiss and ignore your feelings, I really don't see a way forward for this relationship. Do you want to know why she's willing to walk away, why she doesn't have boundaries with him? It's because he's her backup plan turning into her main plan. I would leave this. She has clearly got no respect for you or your relationship, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's the reason for your depression and anxiety. People can have friends of the opposite gender, but this isn't a friend. He's not friendly, he's creepy. If she wants to keep an arbiter over you being in her life, think about that. To her, your relationship of 6 years isn't worth a 6-second conversation with this guy. My advice is to get her the book, Not Just Friends, by Shirley P. Glass. I think it will be very useful for both you and your GF. This book talks about people who cheated with their so-called friends and explains the boundaries and when you need to open your eyes because boundaries are being crossed and the relationship has changed from being a platonic friendship to an emotional affair. There is even a quiz inside for the partner to check if their relationship is still considered just friendship or have already crossed the line to an emotional affair. If she won't say no to his flirtatious tweets, then I'm sorry, my dude, but she's for the streets. My personal opinion is that it's a matter of time before something happens between them. He's literally waiting to pounce and your girlfriend is enjoying the attention, hence why she continues talking to him. Just don't understand why the guy has to ask her how she is going every single day and begin another conversation. It's been one day, she is fine. No friend cares this much about someone to have to ask her how she is going every single day. I don't even message my own mother every single day to ask how she is, even though I probably should. She's willing to break up with you to have this friend. This, right here, shows her priorities. He is her priority, you're not. What's the dynamic at work? Is he a boss or a colleague? Everyone's explored the relationship side of this problem it seems, so I was wondering if we can go at it from a different angle. She might be angling the guy up because it's important that she maintain a good relationship with the guy to advance her career. I mean, she's not going to sleep with him, but just keeping that option open for the guy just makes him easier to deal with. I understand that there are insecurities involved, but she is right there with you and still is. I just want you to look at the working relationship and why this guy's is so important to your girlfriend first before doing anything drastic. I think you've been reasonable and this is persistent. If she knows that it's making you uncomfortable and she isn't putting a stop to it, it means she likes it and she doesn't respect you enough to stop, even if you did in the reverse scenario. In a way, she's valuing her friendship with this doctor more than her actual relationship. I think she needs to go. Because if she hasn't already, she will cheat on you. You have talked to her about this and she just laughed it off. It is obviously inappropriate as he is making clear advances to your partner. Once that happened, it should have been the end of the friendship for her. It is either drop the friend plus therapy or break up territory for me. Good luck. Setting clear boundaries within a relationship is not being a over-controlling partner, by the way. He's the backup plan, and she's not 100% sure of you. Either that or she is just a shitty person. As a 40-year-old man myself, I have little in common with a 25-year-old that would require me to care about her or talk to her daily unless I wanted something sexually with her. A 25-year-old woman should not need anything from a 40-year-old man, unless she wants to date older and he's more stable. She's also not respecting a very reasonable boundary you're trying to set, and your honesty doing a shitty job of enforcing it. Your only play here is an ultimatum. Him or me. Be prepared to enforce it when she calls your bluff. If you two have been together 6 years and are just BF, GF, then it's really likely she's gonna run off with the doctor. She is playing hard to get making the other guy work for her. Your relationship is most likely over. Your post makes you sound like a naive child. Kinda hard to sympathize for you much. If you want to know how your story ends, go read r/surviving_infidelity. Yeah, that's how I lost my first love after 8 years. Countless arguments. No, he's just a friend. Guess who became a couple 1 month after I moved out and broke up? Move on, bro. She is playing her games and enjoys the attention way too much. Emotional cheating is a thing, and this sounds like it. My ex-wife used to do the same thing. Never acted on anything until we agreed to try an open marriage though. And then she immediately hooked up with the dudes she had been communicating with. Nobody should be willing to let their partner be anxious and uncomfortable. Just know you're not crazy or unreasonable here. Does she getting jealous if you talk with girls? So basically she is giving this guy her time that should be yours and refuses to see how it hurts you. Big location flag 2. Says there is nothing between them but spends all evening texting. Location flag. You know, a lot of relationships end with friendships just like this. This is already an emotional affair. She is ignoring your feelings and keeping on with the new guy. This only ends with her banging him and leaving you, or you sit her down and say that her blatant disregard for your feelings is a DWAL breaker and bye. Dude, sorry to break it to you, but you've become the backup. She finds this exciting and new and will not stop the man because she likes his attention, even craves it. But you're her security blanket, aren't you? She won't just throw you away. Wouldn't be surprised if you're back in a few days asking for advice on your girlfriend cheating. Sorry for the bluntness, but when you're the only one trying to save a relationship that tells you something, stop asking people what to do and walk. She's already got you where she wants you, has told you she will leave if you don't stop complaining. She's holding you hostage to your own feelings. This is a losing game. What she is doing is unacceptable. Being friends with a guy is okay. But if he flirts with her, she needs to lay out clear boundaries to him. It's that simple. She may not be comfortable with it, but some things need to be done. If that guy doesn't want to remain friends with her after that, then he was never worth being friends with in the first place. Sadly, you need to remind her that boundaries need to be clearly laid out, as he isn't getting the message. If she is reluctant to do it, you need to make clear to her that she is mistreating you by doing so. If she says you are being controlling, then tell her that you shouldn't even need to be explaining this to her. As a girlfriend, she has obligations to you, like not setting boundaries with guys, and she needs to realize that. Leave. She has no respect for you. She is actively choosing to continue a relationship with this guy. At this point, it doesn't matter if it's just friends. He is crossing lines and she is allowing it. It will continue. Leave. She shouldn't entertain anyone else, period. This shows instability in the relationship. She is enjoying his attention and wants more of it. This will only become a bigger issue and could potentially lead to infidelity, if you don't consider this emotional cheating already. Seems like your girlfriend doesn't have respect for you. As long as she supplies this other dude with attention and emotional labor with no commitment, this will continue. Many people are duped into these sort of relationships with the opposite sex. Friends without sexual benefits, but the other guy or gal is casually benefiting from other forms of relational support. Definitely a red flag if she continues to entertain this other fellow. She's cheating on you emotionally. She needs to shut this down, or you need to find someone who can respect you and themselves. I think your girlfriend is allowed to be friends with anyone she wants. But if a man like this who clearly likes her, and yes, us women can see it, so she must know he does, she needs to step her foot down. I wouldn't tolerate another man flirting or complimenting me. I would make sure to mention, hey, I am in a committed relationship and respectfully don't want to be flirted with, or complimented like that. That's all she needs to say. Make some boundaries. If she doesn't, then maybe she's enjoying the attention that this other man is giving her, and you may have to sit her down and explain that it's bothering you. He isn't her friend. Friends don't intentionally disrespect and cause strain on their friends' relationships. Whether she ignores him or not, his advances have caused arguments between you and your girlfriend. A good friend wouldn't even dream of causing drama for someone they care about, yet he has continuously done so. Not only is he disrespecting you, he is also disrespecting your girlfriend by thinking she is naive and weak-willed enough that if he just keeps pushing, one day she will magically change her mind and fall into his arms. And you know what? It looks to me like he's right. He's gonna be the first dude she jumps to when y'all break up. This is something I honestly thought a lot about. How is he a friend if he is knowingly causing strain to her relationship? And I've explained this to her multiple times too, that a friend wouldn't just disrespect her, the relationship and me. My common law partner was doing this with multiple people and hiding it from me. It ended up spelling the end of us. It takes two to tango. She's deflecting blame by saying it's all him and she ignores it. No one is that motivated. She has to feed him a few carrots at least. The fact that she doesn't respect your feelings about it, when it's clearly inappropriate and disrespectful to the relationship, spells trouble. If she can disrespect you with this, she can do it with other things and in future. There's no telling where it'll end. Another thing that was apparently okay, according to her, was the fact they went out together in a group and he paid for the group for dinner. She got home and asked him the next day for his bank details to transfer the money for her share. His response was, "You don't have to pay for dinner. Just promise that you will help me to celebrate my 40th birthday in June," or something along those lines. That was considered normal to her, though when I mentioned it was odd to her. Ask her to think about if the roles were reversed and you wouldn't stop talking to a girl at work who you know is openly attracted to you, how she would feel. I stopped reading 2 paragraphs in. You know what you need to do. I would have pulled up on him, but that isn't the best advice. Your girlfriend is entertaining an orbiter and preparing to monkey branch. If she thought you were her best and only choice, she would have promptly told him to fuck off. Cut your losses and next time choose quality women who don't do this. Having boundaries is not controlling behavior. It's called respecting yourself. She's crossing a line and toying with both of your emotions. If the situation were reversed, she would take issue with the matter. Talk about it, abs. If it does not change, walk about it. Uncool of her. She is clearly not afraid to lose you. Dude, stop blaming the doctor fella. Your girlfriend is the issues here, bud. She's is on a quest of sleeping with that guy. Break up fast and move on before it becomes hard to swallow the truth.